Welcome to Perfect Guardian, and I'll tell you the difference between change management and change leadership. Change management and change leadership are two similar approaches to introduce a change in an organization, though there is some difference between them in approach and size of the change. The key difference between these two terms is that change management is the application of a set of processes, mechanisms and tools in enabling an organization to transition it from the present state to future desired state, while change leadership is the ability to manage, lead and enable the process of change to attain a desired future state of well-being. Change is inevitable for any organization to cope with changing environments. Adapt or die is what evolution has taught humankind. Change drives any organization to a desired future state if properly approached. To instigate change, different methods are utilized in organizations. Such approaches will either fall into the category of change management or change leadership. Globalization and constant technological innovations are being cited as leading factors to drive changes in business. Now, what is change management? Change management comprises a set of process, mechanisms and tools that are designed to assist in an event of a change or a smooth transition. Through the application of these tools, organizations attempt to ensure that change is monitored and stays in a line of control of managers. Further, with change, disruption among employees tends to happen and tensions flow. Rebellion among the hierarchy and draining of cash are potential scenarios. Change management ensures that this employee and cash disruption does not happen. It's a way of making a change and keeping it in control. Change management is carried out with management groups and external consultants who have expertise in change management. Executives will work towards the change. When change is carried out as per plan, employees will feel engaged in the change process and will work collectively to achieve the aspired state. Usually, change management is associated with small changes and lengthy transitions if it is a bigger change. Now, what is change leadership? Change leadership is associated with the urgency of change and larger change where aspired new vision is brought. Change leadership can be defined as the ability to manage, lead and enable the process of change to attain a desired future state of well-being. Further, the associate people with change should be soothingly taken care of. The identifiable common attributes to change leadership are the ability to develop new approaches or think out of the box, identifying better, quicker and cheaper avenues to do things, making people buy into the change and transforming them as followers of the change, encouraging others to value change. These leadership qualities are not common among all managers. Charismatic leaders who have high interpersonal relationships skill in leading people are often associated with change leadership. They only can drive the change and make employees accept the change. Change leadership have the ability to correctly define areas for change, manage change initiatives smoothing by anticipating, preparing and responding effectively to roadblocks, creating an open, receptive work environment, getting people involved at all levels in the change initiative. Broad change involves managing complex situations where understanding of cultural and social factors is vital. Such situations require innovative approach in developing practical strategies to achieve the optimal solutions for problems arising from these complex situations. The followers of change leader are converted by the change leader to work towards the change. In change leadership, employees are empowered to translate the dream of change to reality. In change leadership, things can go out of control. unlike change management. The degree of control over change will be a factor of concern. However, the skill of change leader can ensure that the control can be regained and change can benefit the masses. Now, what is the difference between change management and change leadership? Change management is the application of a set of process, mechanism and tools in enabling an organization to transition it from the present state to a future desired state, whereas change leadership is the ability to manage, lead and enable the process of change to attain a desired future state of well-being. What are the characteristics of change management and change leadership? Authority. Change management will facilitate the change rather than driving the change, whereas change leadership will be the driving force of change and empower the change leader to full control over the transition. Now, control. Change management aims to make the transition a smooth and efficient one. Further, it aims to have full control over the change throughout the transition process, whereas the change leadership has many risks involved with it, as a new vision to be achieved is broad. So tolerating risk and moving forward is seen as a major challenge with change leadership. A leadership that can inspire others can mitigate such risks. Now, what is the scale of change? Change management is associated with small changes and implementing change in series of manageable steps, whereas change leadership is associated with broad changes. Now, as the urgency is concerned, for change management, procedure, scheduled goals, budget are part of change management. The transition is planned well in front before implementing the change. Now, whereas urgency in change leadership is a reaction to an urgent requirement for change. Now, what is the response? In change management, the change is planned action and is integrated into the status quo, whereas in the change leadership, where the response is concerned, with change leadership, change is approached in an innovative way with new thinking to drive the change. Now, I'll talk about human element of change. In change management, people work together for transition in change management. The set of process and planned approach make the people engaged and motivation tools encourage people to adapt to change. Whereas in change leadership, people follow the leader to make the change a possibility. Also, they will be empowered to achieve the change. Now, I have categorized the differences between the change management and change leadership. As earlier cited, change management and change leadership have significant differences between them. The environment decides the approach to follow. Change management is comparatively an easier task, while change leadership has much uncertainty and risk. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel Perfect Guardian and give your comments.